Here we go, guys. I wanted to pop the video before we made the move, and here we go. We're going to be short AMD, 1,000 shares on margin, and the reason being is that we had this downtrend line. We broke over it. A lot of times you'll come back, retest it, and then continue kind of the scene of the crime type deal. Come up, come down, and then go. But we, close a little lower than what we anticipated, which made me think this was just kind of a head fake here. We're back under the 200, back under that red dash line where we had resistance here, support, support. So not surprising that was resistance. Barely got over it, came down. Well, you kind of see the process here. So we're looking for more, downside here in the near term. But in the meantime, let us show you how we've been playing some of these other situations. Apple from way back last Friday going short, and we had two. We want two or more. The more the better, of course, but at least two to give you like an 80+% chance of your thesis working out. Factors. So we had the high pivot here, as you can see, and then we had a pullback on this candle here. I think we're using the hourly candle to get in. This is a daily, each just 1 day of price action. And then Amazon here, we got in up here short again because of two factors, and then got out the other day and just recently got back in because we came down, hit this blue dash line and the 20, then had this big wick here. So we thought we would get a, I don't know, quick oversold bounce, but that's not what happened. So we should have stayed in it. And then Coinbase here, same deal. This gray dash line and our red dash line are measured moves, significant price ranges, for resistance. Our Patreon members know how to set that stuff up. But anyway, we're down and it looks like we're going to be closing under the 200 on the daily, which is pretty bearish, just by itself. And then little trade here on FTCH just to show that, for a little bit of money you can come in, and the 200, we, hit it a couple of times. Again, factors, high odds, high probability you're going to get rejected from it. And it had already run 120%. So that was pretty, pretty safe bet. And then Meta, Facebook, that was the one we got into after earnings here. The next day, these candle wicks, measured moves that our Patreon members know how to put on the chart regarding, high percentage play regarding the resistance zones, and still in that. And then Walmart, just to show you can hold in mode, okay, if you get in, at a good position, not necessarily the top or the bottom or whatever, but, if you get in pretty well with. Again, time count was one factor. Number two was the sell-off of wick, as it came down. And then number three, this long-term trend line, we hit it. And all those things together, we had real good odds, well over 80% that we're going to continue to the downside, which is, kind of where we are now. And then we'll just, keep playing Walmart to the downside until it tells us not to. Okay, let's run back up to AMD and see how we're doing on that 2-minute chart. And man, I don't like the way it's kind of consolidating here. We don't get a move. If we move back up to the red dash line, I'll go ahead and get out. I don't like the way it's, kind of holding here. Let me get this out of the way so you can more clearly see it. Oh yeah, we come down to the 20. I'll go ahead and get out there. Just mainly, just an educational video, not, trying to make anything necessarily. And it's moving on pretty good. See if we can't get another. Let me take that red dash line. There we go. Okay, let's get out. Okay, $100, not bad, for a couple of minutes. And then, ooh, looks like then this right here, this pivot, we had the big red sell-off candle. Then we pivoted to the upside, and see if we get, between the 20 and that low pivot. See if we pull up a little bit above that red dash line, uh, or they continue as lower. But as I'm sitting here, I'll see that this candle took out 1, 2, 3 previous green candles, and a lot of times you'll get, continuation to the downside when that happens. We pull this in so you can see it. So this pivot here, we have the red and then a green candle. So basically the market pivoted literally 180 back to the, upside there. But anyway, this getting kind of long in the tooth. Just wanted to show you that stuff. And if you don't mind, give us a follow on Twitter. Check out our Patreon members group, and you can learn some of this stuff. And nobody cares more about your money than you do. So don't be dependent on, uh, following someone or group or whatever to, because, people, individuals, groups, all that, in a heartbeat, they can be here, in a heartbeat, they can be gone. And you need to learn how to fish, show up to the lake or the river, be able to, know what to play, know how to catch the fish rather than showing up and having one given to you. But all right. Thanks again, and we will see you on the chart.